I was entitled to the resettlement. It wasn't that much at the time, but a lot of it was down to myself. I'll be honest with you. And I was always motivated at 14, to join the army. So I knew it wasn't going to be an issue. I didn't mind hard graft. I didn't mind, working on a building site from 6 in the morning till 6 at night. That didn't bother me. I knew I was going to get a job. I knew I wasn't going to be prepared to bounce from job to job to job. It would have to be jobs for a long period of times. It was fairly easy at the time to leave. I think the hardest thing is I think the language. When you leave the army, you had a different mindset. When I left the army, you were used to people telling you what to do, and I still think that's a great way at times, because you miss that authority, and also it takes a lot of the thinking process away from yourselves. Do this and you do it, and also I think the way you speak to people is totally different. I think in the army, particularly people who've done a long time in the army, they come out, and I think that sometimes their demeanour and their attitude can be different to people who left a bit earlier. I think sensitive around certain issues where I wouldn't have been when I first come out. Now I'm very much, I'm a big believer in everything, and where there's a lot of stuff I wouldn't have tolerated when I first got out. I go, why are you being like that? Just get on with it. That's an excuse. Should just be doing it. Because that's the mindset you're involved in. You just get on with it, get the job done. Now I'm very much more sympathetic, relaxed, respectful. But that's just how it is, and you don't get help with that though. And that's one thing I will say is different. Is that I think when people leave the army and they're very in an authoritative position, high up in the ranks, they get out, and I think they can still use that demeanour in the way they talk to people. And I think that's really you've got to be careful with.